What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your weekend astrology horoscope for the weekend of November 9th and the 10th of 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Appreciate you all very much. Hope everybody had a great week, and welcome to the weekend. Let's dive in to this weekend, Saturday, November 9th. We're going to see a moon finishing up in Aquarius, definitely in a little bit of conflict with some Scorpio season stuff, having us kind of be objective and having us try to be intellectual and understand some of these deeper feelings, emotions, what's going on. We're trying to uncover so much here and kind of transform and figure things out and get things black and white. Well, the best way to do it with the moon in Aquarius is to take a step back, get objective, take some moments for yourself to understand what's going on. You'll come back with a lot of emotional intelligence if you do so. And with Venus here at 27 degrees, exactly square Neptune, well, there's plenty of confusion to go around, whether we're overzealous about things that we want to have in life or relationships that we're in or whatever it might be. There's a little bit of uncertainty and some fog, and we just don't want to get too lost in one side or the other. Be objective, peel back. The moon's sextiling that Venus, which I think just the more we're focused on our freedom, our individual self, how to just connect and find common ground in all of our individual adventures. When it comes to people, we're going to feel really good. And I think, not being too stuck in a belief or system of value right now could just be really helpful for having us kind of see how big things can get and where things can go. But, if we get too embedded on one side or the other in our life right now, well, we could be maybe possibly let down when, the smoke and mirrors clear off from Neptune and Venus here. So just trying to, be kind of careful. The moon's going to square Uranus midday here, and then also start off the day with a trine to Jupiter. So I feel like there's a lot of really cool things happening that we can kind of understand and figure out and kind of crack a lot of codes for, and there's a lot of insights coming through, but it's also, unexpected things can happen, especially with Venus square Neptune and then the moon square Uranus. We're just, there's a lot of possibilities to how things can shake out. And I feel like, the more sort of dogmatic we are or stuck in an approach or emotionally, attached or embedded right now, the more we're asking for some kind of a shock value to come into our life. So it's just how can we just be free and open and adaptable and try to stay in a place where we're not too just fixed and embedded, but there's a lot of fixed energy in the chart, and there's also, mutability too. Not a whole lot of cardinal energy other than the nodes and Chiron really, so and Pluto, but kind of getting forced to adapt a little bit this weekend and find our flow, find where things are going. The moon's going to finish off Saturday in Pisces and definitely bring another layer of sensitivity, especially as we come to Sunday. We're going to see Venus coming off of that square to Neptune and maybe starting to see things a little bit more for what they are. The moon's going to be real sensitive here in Pisces, and it's also going to meet with Saturn, which can kind of bring some grounding to maybe the last few days. And sometimes the truth isn't what we want to hear, and I think that's where we got to be okay too, is this is the truth, this is what's real, this is where things are going. Can you just adapt and flow with what's going on, or are we going to kind of try and beat our heads up against a wall here or a door that's not opening? And also, staying motivated and dedicated and realizing that there's a lot of potential for where life wants to go, and kind of staying in a positive place, hopefully, for where it's going to go. Mars is going to come to 2 degrees of Leo, so good separation off the opposition to Pluto, and one step closer to a trine to that north node. So just finding yourself, your courage, your heart right now to be an individual and kind of lead your path and be open and stay creative. And I think that's sort of the mission right now, is especially on Sunday, is to stay open, stay creative. Don't block yourself to creative potential right now. It's almost like the more embedded you get this weekend in one thing is going to be the thing, for whatever thing it might be, whether it's a person, place, or thing. Just be careful. There's interesting things that can kind of happen right now to throw you off and kind of make you doubt yourself or not feel like you're in a creative place when you're in a very, very creative place, as Venus is going to come to 29 degrees and finish up in Sagittarius and come into Capricorn, where it's going to be sharing a nice reception with Saturn, because Venus is exalted in Pisces and Saturn's at home in Capricorn. And yeah, it's just going to be the last time we're going to see a Venus in Capricorn with Pluto there. So another sort of last thing. And yeah, the sun's going to come to 19 degrees of Scorpio and make a quincunx over to Jupiter on Sunday as well. So pretty cool in terms of like, if we're kind of mutable and open, I think we can see a lot of possibilities and find a lot of inner strength and knowing. But again, we can also be trapping ourselves and trying to know too much or have, this is the only approach to something. It can just, we're in a weird place where you don't want to do that, especially with Mercury in pre-retrograde shadow square Saturn and the moon on Sunday too. Like, talk about getting some truth delivered that you didn't want to hear, you weren't expecting, with Venus coming off a square to Neptune too, and sort of like smoke and mirrors, or fog clearing a little bit, like, oh shit, that's the truth I didn't want. So we just gotta be careful. I think stay motivated, stay dedicated, don't get too sucked into certain feelings right now. Like, try your best to be in a flow state this weekend, and I think that you'll be able to understand a lot. You'll be able to get out of weird situations. You'll be able to express yourself better. But sort of the more narrow we are, and just one size fits all for everything, sort of the more there's like frustration that can mount, and it's just kind of going to take us out of our power. And there's plenty of power to be had right now, but you got to kind of be able to broaden your mind and see different scenarios and possibilities, and be cool with it. See what the card is for the weekend. The Knight of Cups upright. Great card. A lot of, I think, forward momentum can be found, and I think we can start to feel like there's a lot of quickness that's actually coming, where maybe there was some stagnation, but the quickness is funny because it's coming through information and truth. And some people don't want to move fast. Some people don't want to get that little nudge, and I think we're at a place where the nudge is there, and if we can adapt and feel it properly, we're going to have a lot of ability to understand things more clearly for what we want in our life and what we're trying to do this weekend. And truth is cool. I mean, truth is funny in a way, because it can be so, sometimes the truth hurts, right? But it's just like getting that sort of blast of truth in our own personal lives that can really propel us. And it's like, we want to be okay with maybe not knowing or not having something right, so that we can use the truth to, move forward and start to make change and make things happen. And instead of wallowing or playing a martyr with a Moon Saturn conjunction on Sunday and Pisces, we just don't want to play the victim right now. Victimhood's just empowering as all hell. And it's your choice right now to not be in that or to be in that. You can blame it on everything you want with a South Node in Libra and say that something outside of you is the reason for all your struggles, but it's not. It's you. And you have every chance this weekend to realize how powerful you are and to move forward with a good mindset, strong truth within yourself, and a lot of creative capabilities. So I appreciate you all. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you all Monday. Much love. Peace.